What a roller coaster of a ride it has been. If you have been following the Rescenda journey at all for the past few months, it has been a wild journey and almost like fate itself. Rescenda hit number one on Melon for Love Attack, and not just Love Attack, but almost all of their previous singles are now all charting at like 2, 3, 4 at high rankings, just like in the perfect time lining of their new comeback single for a Kara remake. Kara is a second gen girl group for Pretty Girl. So, guys, just they did it. Just if you have been following the Rescenda journey for the past few months, you know, you had to have had a lot of hope that, wow, things are turning around for them. But hitting number one has been spectacular. Now, if you are out of the loop and you have no idea what I'm talking about, let me give you a little bit of a recap. So, Rescenda is like the little train that could. Obviously, Rescenda comes from a small company with small means, and in my opinion, has been producing some of the best K-pop girl group music consistently for the past 2 years. My number one K-pop girl group songs have all been from Rescenda. Last year, my favorite song was Bloom. My number one girl group song was Bloom. The year before that, my number one girl group song was Love Attack. And since discovering Rescenda, I have been in love with them, obsessed with them. I think Minami is one of the best singers of the fifth generation. But, sometimes when you come from a smaller company with modest means, it's not easy to get noticed or that publicity. So they were living in that sort of a bubble. Now, one of their members and their leader, in fact, Wani, opened up a YouTube channel and started making YouTube videos. Suddenly, it started taking off, especially for the fact that people found it very endearing that Wani is from the countryside, in fact, a small island. And people liked seeing that very homely side of Wani, but not just Wani, then Minami as well. Minami's gyaru bits started taking off. And slowly, as people got to know the other members as well, people were really starting to fall in love with Rescenda. But more than that, they were also realizing, oh, their music is fire. And without a second notice, suddenly Rescenda for the past month has been sort of everywhere in terms of Korean variety. They have been a guest on so many different both Korean TV shows, Korean YouTube channels. It has been such a big moment for them. It is something that rarely happens in K-pop. And typically it happens with usually a fan cam. People will see some kind of fan cam and a fan cam goes viral and blows up. This one, it was her YouTube video and it was for how funny she was. And this has been such a big moment for Rescenda, and people were hoping that as Love Attack was trending, it would, it's a 2-year-old song, as it was trending that, perhaps, it can hit number one on Melon. And Melon is kind of like, think of it as the music chart and the music streamer of Korea, in the way that America has multiple music streaming services like Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, Tidal, etc. Korea has several as well. Melon being kind of like the top of the top, and they have their own chart list, which is kind of like equivalent to the Billboard Top 100, but even bigger because, again, Korea is a lot more homogenous, and it is like the number one music chart. And so they have been coasting at like number 7, number 5 for the past few weeks, and they've been stuck at number 3 for like the past week, and just recently hit number 1. So congratulations, Rescenda. I'm so freaking proud of them. I have no real reason. I have no real just purpose of going to KCON this year, but I'm getting tickets to KCON just to go see Rescenda, just to see them at their showcase stage. So if anyone is visiting KCON LA, or if you live in the local LA area, this is not sponsored. Go see them live. Go pick up tickets. All right, with that in mind, sorry about the long intro. As a Rescenda fan, I am just so happy, but also, I don't know. It's a pleasant surprise, but I'm not too surprised. Blowing up because one member is funny happens with a lot of groups, and it doesn't make the group popular. It makes that one member popular. I knew it didn't matter in what way. I knew that as long as there was any hook into one of the members getting interest and going viral, I knew Descendant was going to take off. I knew because their music is phenomenal. I react to a lot of K-pop on here, but their music is phenomenal. And so I'm glad that the nation of Korea is noticing. All right, let's go ahead and check out their remake of Pretty Girl by Kara from Rescenda. Oh, wow. It is a remake. Okay. They sound so good. I feel like on a marketing level, this was really smart of the company to go with a remake like this. Especially a second gen bop like this, something that is very nostalgic and very famous and well known to the Korean audience. Wow, this is a really solid remake. Ah, that is let me see if there's anything else. Okay. That's cute. That's pleasant. Is it breaking the mold? No, it's quite literally a remake, and it's a faithful remake at that. Is it introducing anything new? No. But I feel like it is something that is frankly, I think needed and smart for the girls in the moment right now at where they are. I'm sure they don't have something ready. I'm sure they don't have something loaded in the gun to capitalize on this popularity. And you shouldn't rush a comeback either. You shouldn't rush a full on comeback. Um, given the fact that, given the fact that, they right before like all of this blew up, they had just had a comeback with their runaway single. And so, given that that had just happened, I'm sure they are in the building phases for another EP. And so, you also don't want to put out a half baked EP either. So, but at the same time, there's a lot of attention on them putting out music right now or putting out a music video or something like this. It would be opportunistic, right? So, okay, doing a remake and of a second gen song like Pretty Girl, I think is a smart idea because probably a lot of the Rescenda fans and the people who noticed as well are a lot of millennials, and the second gen Kara stuff is definitely of that era, and it's a beloved song. And so not only are you kind of like buying a lot of additional goodwill with something that is nostalgic, you're playing on nostalgia. You're also, in a way, also showing just what great singers they are. Like you can hear that their vocals are freaking phenomenal on this because Pretty Girl and a lot of second gen songs back then were very vocal dependent, and you can hear how great Liv and Minami sounds. You can hear how great May sounds, and so I feel like that was just the smart move. And just in case, you can hear how great Wani and Tenna sound as well. Just want to include everyone, just so I don't forget and get an accusation of not including anyone. But it's just a very smart move because it it is kind of like adding additional time on the timer. It's going to be a very great year for them. It already is thus far, but I'm sure with this explosion, they make the news now. I feel like they are going to be performing at numerous award shows this year. If frankly, if not all of them, I feel like they're going to be performing at numerous award shows. And this is a very big make or break moment in their career. And so I'm sure I don't have to say it, but their next comeback is very important. Their next comeback has to bang, like their next comeback has to be so good. And I'm sure their team feels the pressure. I'm sure they're like, we have to put out something amazing. So while they cook in the kitchen, as it were, Pretty Girl kind of satiates the audience while using like a tried formula of like, the people loved Pretty Girl, people know this, so let's just have them remake this. So very, very, very smart. I figured it was just gonna be like a pleasant video. There's not really much to talk about with the music video. It's well shot. I think especially I really liked the color grading. I thought the color grading was really nice. It had a great saturation, great coloring of the blacks, great skin tone correction as well. It just like looked really pleasant to watch. But beyond that, there's really nothing more to talk about. Like I said, it's just like a simple, like almost like a visualizer video of just them performing the song and just being cute, as it were. And we've already heard the song before, at least if you're a second gen fan. So I just wanted to react to it, just to really add more to the Rescende fire. add more fuel to the fire, as it were, and to just do like a public congratulations to Rescenda, because I love them and I have just been watching along, and this ride has been just amazing to see. So yeah, I'm really excited for whatever is next for Rescenda. If it's your first time checking out Rescenda, if you're new, maybe you watch my videos and it's your first time hearing about Rescenda. If you want to know why people are standing them, why people are becoming fans, there's One's YouTube channel. But if you want any music recommendations, check out their music. I would personally recommend, my favorites from them. Obviously, their title tracks for Love Attack and Bloom Runaway are bangers. But in particular, I really like In My Lotion. That's a great one. Pinball is another great one as well. So check them out. Guys, that is going to be it for me. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to support the channel, you can always hit the like button down below over to the left. If you want to check out some bonus reactions, I'll be doing some bonus reactions for Rescenda. I also did a bonus reaction for like their special Gato stage for Love Attack. But if you want to check out, I'm going to be doing reactions for their Pretty Girl stages, as well as I have my old listing parties for their previous albums. You can check all that out and more over on patreon.com/formtherapy. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. Whenever Rescenda does have a proper comeback, I'll be there. So hit that subscribe button and you can check out any of my other reactions. Especially my Love Attack reaction is kind of crazy. My Bloom reaction is kind of crazy. So go check them out and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you later.